Okay, so in the last class, we were discussing about how the subtraction can be done in a binary number system using complement method. That is, we have seen that the signed numbers can be represented in signed magnitude representation as well as in complement method. So how this binary subtraction is done using ones complement as well as in two's complement method that we have seen the last class. And in this video, I would like to discuss about how this subtraction is done using the same complement method, which can be applied to decimal, octal, and hexadecimal number system. Okay, so let's move into it. So the rules for r minus 1 complement subtraction method. That is, we have seen the rules for one's complement subtraction in binary number system. So here we are making it to general rules. That is for r minus 1. For binary, it is 2 minus 1. That is one's complement method. And we have seen that in one's complement subtraction method, we will first represent the or we will first calculate the one's complement of the subtrahend, and then we will add that one's complement with the minuend. And if you get a carry, you will be adding that carry to its LSB, and the indication will be the result will be positive and it's in true form. And if no carry is generated, it means that the A minus B result is negative and it will be in one's complement format. So in order to get the true format, we will be taking the one's complement of the result and then we will be putting a minus sign. Okay, so making it to general format, that is r minus 1, which means that the ninth complement or if you for the decimal number system, or if you find out the seventh complement for octal number system, or if you need to find out 15th complement for hexadecimal number system, or let it be if you are using a number system of base 7, then you'll be going for sixth complement method, isn't it? So what is the general rule for finding out or performing subtraction using r minus 1 complement method? So the rules are, you will be finding out the r minus 1's complement of the subtrahend, and then you will be adding the complement with the minuend. If you generate a carry, then that carry will be added to the LSB and the result is positive and it is true form. And if no carry is generated, it means that the result is negative and will be in R minus 1 complement format. So to get the result or to true format, take the R minus 1's complement of the result and put a negative sign. Okay. So next step is how you will find out the r minus 1 complement. In binary, you have seen that in order to find out the ones complement, you are just inverting the zeros to ones and ones to zeros, isn't it? So how this r minus 1 complement is found out in a decimal, octal, hexadecimal, or any number system. That is what we are going to see next. That is, there is a general formula for finding out the r minus 1's complement. That is, r minus 1 complement is equal to r raised to n minus r raised to minus em minus n. Okay, so this r represent your base. So if you're using a binary number system, r will be 2. If it is octal, it is 8. Hexadecimal, it is 16. And if you're using a decimal number system, the r will be your base, that is 10. Okay, so what is this capital letter an? It represents the number, that is which number you need to find out its complement, r minus 1 complement. That number represents your capital letter n. And the small letter n represents the number of digits in the whole number part of n. Okay. For example, if your number is 3.25 in a decimal number system, then 3.25 is your capital letter n. 3 is your whole number part. So how many digits are there? There's only 1. So n represents your 1 and 3.25. So 2 digits are there for the fractional part. So minus m will be minus 2. Okay. So let's see how you are going to find out the r minus 1's complement for the various number systems. For one's complement, that is for binary number system, you are not using this formula, because when you apply this formula, what you're getting is the same result that you invert zeros to ones and ones to zeros. So it is a very shortcut method. You don't need to go for this formula substitution for finding out the one's complement. Even if you substitute the values in this formula, what you're getting is the same as that of inverting zeros and ones in the binary number system. So it is better to use that shortcut method for finding out one's complement in binary number system. Okay, you don't need to depend on this formula. But for other number systems, it is not just inverting. You have to use this formula for finding out the r minus 1's complement. That is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so let's see how you will find out the r minus 1's complement of a particular number. Let's see. So first example is how you will find out this 9's complement of 36.252 of base 10. So let me tell you what was the purpose of this complement method. In binary, we have seen that there is no minus symbol used for representing the signed numbers, negative numbers, isn't it? Instead of representing minus, you are representing that number in either in one's complement format or in two's complement format. Similarly, in decimal number system, instead of representing as a minus 36.252, we can represent that number without the minus sign by just mentioning the 9's complement or 10's complement of that particular number. Okay, that is the significance. So instead of representing minus 36.252, I am just mentioning it as 63.747. So this is the 9's complement or negative representation of negative value of 36.252. That is what it means. Okay, so how will you find out the 9's complement of 36.252? So as per the formula, it is r raised to n minus r raised to minus m minus n. So it is your base is 10 because the decimal number system. So base is 10. 10 raised to your n represents a number of digits in the whole number part. So 36 contains 2 digits. So it is 10 raised to 2 minus again base is 10 raised to the number of digits in the whole in the fractional part. So it is 3 here. So you are putting as 10 raised to minus 3. Okay. So what happens if there is a no fractional part in the number? Let's say it was 36. Then what happens here? It will be 10 raised to minus 0. That is 1 by 10 raised to 10 raised to minus 0. Or, it means that 1 by 10 raised to 0. That is 1 by 1. So it becomes 1. This part will become 1. If there is no fractional part here, this r raised to minus m will become the 1. Okay. So since here it is 3 digits in the fractional part, you are representing it as 10 raised to minus 3 minus your number, that is 36.252. Okay, so this is 100 minus 1 by 10 raised to 3, that is 1 by 1000 minus 36.252. So what is this 100 minus 1 by 1000? It is 99.999 minus 36.252. Now by direct subtraction method, you get the value as 63.747 to the base 10. So this is the 9's complement of the number minus 36 point. I'm not mentioned here as minus, but what it indicates is that 36.252 when you represent without the minus sign, it will be represented as 63.747 in signed decimal number system representation without using the minus or plus sign. Okay. Yes. So what happens if I have if my number was 36? If my number was 36, then your r raised to minus m becomes 1. So it will be 10 raised to 2 minus 1 minus 36 because there is no 2.52. It is only 36 minus 36. So what happens? 100 minus 1 minus 36. So it is 99 minus 36. Okay. So answer will be 63. Now, how will you find out 7's complement of 237.614? As per the formula, when you apply it, it will be giving you 8 raised to 3 minus 8 raised to minus 3 minus 237.614. Here, what you have to keep in mind is that this r raised to n minus r raised to minus m is in base 10. Okay, so it is 8 raised to 3 minus 1 by 8 raised to 3 is actually in base 10. And then from base 10, what you're going to subtract is of base 8. So is it possible? No. So you need to convert this base 10 to base 8. So you will be finding out the value in a decimal number system first, and then that result will be converted to octal. So what you're getting is 777.777 to the base 8 minus 237.614 to the base 8. Okay, so this can be done because what you're going to do is a bigger number minus smaller number, and this can be done using direct subtraction method that we have already learned in your previous classes, how this octal subtraction is done using that method, isn't it? Whenever you get a result greater than your base 8, then you have to subtract with 8, and a carry has to be forwarded. Such rules that is applied here, and you're getting is 540.163 to the base 8. Okay. And similarly, if you want to find out 15's complement of 4ac 0.29 to the base 16 by applying the formula, what you're getting is 16 raised to 3 minus 1 by 16 square to the base 10 minus 4ac 0.29 to the base 16. So this, when converted to hexadecimal, what you're getting is FFF.FF minus 4ac 0.29. So it is B53.D6 to the base 16. Here also you are performing bigger number minus smaller number. This can be done using your direct subtraction method of a hexadecimal number system. Okay. The next question is find one's complement of 01011.11 to the base 2. We know that we can find out the ones complement by just inverting 0 to 1 and 1 to 0, but we are just trying it out in using this formula. So it is 2 raised to 5 minus 1 by 2 square minus 01011.11. So it is when converted this to your binary, because it is in base 10. So when you convert to binary, what you're getting is a 1.11 minus this number. So what you're getting is 10100.00. What happens when you invert this number to zeros to 1 and 1 to 0? 0 to 1, this 1 to 0, 100.00. That is what you have obtained here when applied on this formula also. So for binary, you don't need to depend on this formula. You can just invert to zeros to 1 and 1 to zeros. Okay. Now, how will you find out the 5's complement of 132.45? Your basics. So it is 6 raised to 3 minus 1 by 6 square minus 132.45. So it is 555 to the 0.55 to the base 6 minus 132.45 to the base 6. So it is 423.1 to the base 6. Okay. So can I ask you one question? How will you find out 6 complement? 6 complement of 122.13 to the base 7? Can you guess? After writing this formula, what will be your second last step? That is, after writing this formula, what will be your second last step to find out the 7th complement of this 122.13? It is very sure that it will be 666.66 minus 122.13. Okay, so what is it indicates? It means that in order to find out the r minus 1's complement format of a particular base system, just subtract that number from the highest possible number in that number system. That is, in base 10, we know that the highest possible digit is 9, isn't it? So in order that you are subtracting 36.252 from 99.999. That is done here. 99.999 minus 36.252. Similarly, for base 8, you have to subtract from 7. How many digits are there? 3 digits. So 777.777. 777.777. Okay. For 15's complement, it is highest digit possible is F. So F point F minus your number. Clear? Similarly, 1's complement, you'll be subtracting highest digit possible is 1. So it is 11111.11 minus this number. But we know that 1's complement, it is a shortcut method is zeros to 1s and 1s to zeros. So similarly, 5's complement of 132.45 to the base 6. So highest number possible in base 6 will be 5. So it is 555 because 3 digits are there, 555.55 minus this number. Here 7 base 7, 6 complement, it will be 666 because highest digit possible in base 7 is 6. So 666.66 minus 122.13. Okay, so this is how you will find out the 1's complement, or sorry, r minus 1's complement of a particular number in particular number system. So for examination, when you want to find out this r minus 1 complement format, you just mention this formula and then you just come to the second last step. You don't need to mention this. Okay, every question you don't need to mention these intermediate steps. It is enough to represent the formula as well as second last step. Okay, that is fine. Okay, now we will see, or now we will move into the r minus 1's complement subtraction method. This is just how will you find out r minus 1 of a particular number. Next, we will see how you will perform r minus 1's complement subtraction method. Okay, Thank you.